3, 2, 1. Let's go. How's it, guys? Welcome back to the Normie Podcast. The all podcasts. I'm your host, Noah Bennett, and today, before we go a bit deeper, let's just get the formalities out of place. Okay, the formalities are being joining the Anomaly Gang. You know, you got to join the Anomaly Gang. You got to hit that subscribe button. I don't even know if we're gonna call ourselves the Anomaly Gang. That just came to mind, but I just had to get that out the way. You know, hit that subscribe button. But let's just get into it. You guys have been terrific. The support for the pod has been amazing. And support for the Table Talk episodes has just been through the roof. Like the previous Table Talk episode, we hit on YouTube 190 views. Okay, 190 views. That's the most viewed pod on our channel. It's been amazing. You guys, when that came out, you guys were deeming like, no, this is a sick topic, bro. Keep it up. So we are back again with the sick topic, but this week, you know, we lost the Cape Town strike. So I was like, how can I keep you guys locked in, you know, keep the positive feedback? And I came to the conclusion that, what conclusion did I come to actually? I came to the conclusion that, you know, BRICS, not the bricks that you bought your house with. I need to stop with the jokes. These are going terrible. I need to just tell you guys what's happening. But BRICS, BRICS, I was like, it's in the news lately, so why not keep up with the term of relevancy? You know what I mean? So we are talking about BRICS. And when we speak about BRICS with this episode, you know, when I first learned about BRICS, it was back in the economics days at high school, and I had a teacher, Mr. Engelbrecht. Okay, we call him Mengel because his email was Mengel with the M and a Engel. But that was cool. That wasn't cool. I'm rambling. And let's just get into it, guys. Let's just get into it. So like I said, BRICS have been all over the news lately, but there are reasons behind this. So let me give you a quick, brief summary so that you're up to speed, and then we can, you know, break it down into deeper parts. So, recently, BRICS held their 15th annual summit in Johannesburg, South Africa. And at the summit, there were two key takeaways. Okay, I would say two key takeaways. And one of them was the expansion. Talks of expanding BRICS into what would be BRICS Plus. I know it sounds like a Samsung, but it would become BRICS with a plus at the end. Or they name it some other thing, like all the countries that are included. But then there'll be like a long acronym of like 12 letters, which I wouldn't like. But the one point was the expansion. The second point was the currency. But when they're speaking about currency, they were speaking about creating a common currency that these alliances or these nations in BRICS or BRICS Plus would be able to use to trade with each other. Okay, hopefully then taking the power away from the dollar and the euro. But now you got everybody scratching their heads because it didn't seem like there was much finding. The only real finding was on the expansion, and then the financial side of things with the currency. That's a bit, I don't know. It's a gray area, okay, because there's a lot of different parts in that. But you got people like, okay, is the expansion happening? Okay, who's joining the expansion? Okay, is there going to be a new currency? Is this new currency going to be a digital currency? Are China lining with Russia? Who's pushing the expansion? All these questions are coming up, and that's why I'm here. This is why I'm doing this episode, because I'm going to explain all of that. So yeah, just stay with me, stick with me. So what is BRICS? But I'm not going to explain this in like a history way. You know, BRICS founded in 1954. No, guys, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to give you guys a brief breakdown of things that you need. I feel like you need. Okay, so you got BRICS. Okay, BRICS. Hopefully I did that correct. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Okay, when this was initially founded, when I speak about this informal organization, when that was founded in 2001, it was initially BRIC without South Africa. So it was just Brazil, Russia, India, and China. Okay, these countries were said to be known high potential countries. Okay, that by 2050, these countries would be leading the world in all types, like economics, political standpoint on the world, like basically ruling the world because they held that high potential. And then from 2001 to 2009, it was really it wasn't really something, how can I say, intense. But then 2009 came around, and 2010, 2011 came around when South Africa joined. And then it became a real organization, a real, international organization of countries that want to work together, like with mutual trade, foreign investment with each other, try to become allies to better their economical and political standpoint on the world. Okay, that's where South Africa joined in 2011. To be honest, I don't even know why we joined. I don't know how we got into that group, because you got Brazil, Russia, China, and India, like great countries. You got us. But think about it, okay? I think 2008 wasn't that a good period for us? It was like, or 2010 was like a good period for us. We had like the World Cup, that massive injection of cash. We were also like our president before 2008. Who was our president before 2008? Because we had Zuma, and that came, but everything went to crap after that. But that's not the matter of today's episode. So like I said, this change from BRIC to BRICS is when South Africa joined, and where the annual summits then started to, how can I say, get on with things, or where there was the creation for annual summits. And these countries then realized, like, look, at the moment we are just seen as like foreign, like countries that are like little financial deposits where people can plow their money, look for a good investment, that type of thing. And then this formation of BRICS came, and then when the formation of BRICS came, people then saw it as a potential rivalry with G7. Okay, it's Group of Seven, which is another, I wouldn't say it's an organization, it's more of a forum, which includes the UK, the US, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, I'm missing one, Japan. Japan's like, it's like you got all the Europe countries and like part of this world, and you got Japan. But it was then seen as a potential rivalry with G7, or the Group of Seven. But then, if you think about it, this BRICS alliance, there has to be benefits, am I right? Like, why are there lately 40 odd countries applying to become a part of BRICS? So there are benefits, but it's not, through my research, it wasn't like clear as day, okay? It wasn't really clear, but if you look deeper and you look how countries may, work with each other, you then tend to find it. So for example, with the benefits, if you are in Saudi Arabia and you are in the UAE, like, they're doing very well, economic growth, I think probably very high at this point in time. What else is there? Like job creation, probably boosting. And then through all of that economic growth and job creation and like businesses running, they find little pieces of data or like information. Okay, so this personal data of Saudi and like say the UAE that shows what they're doing correctly to get this growth, to get this job creation, they can then share that with online. So they can share it with South Africa, can share it with India, to help each other grow. That's one way, that's one benefit, I would say, of BRICS. And then another benefit would be technology innovation. Like say now South Africa may have like a technological breakthrough. Then you have like China. Oh no, China wants to have a look at it. Sure, Brad. We alliances. Okay, I'm not sure it's gonna happen like that, but that's just the way like of the way benefits occur. And obviously there is like major foreign investment because you have like China, you have like Russia, you have like India, Brazil, South Africa, and then now you got Saudis, UAE, those countries who have capital, a good amount of capital. So now I could say there's going to be an increase in foreign investment amongst the alliances, as well as an increase in mutual trade amongst these countries. So you can see that there is sort of benefits, but they're not as clear as that, as saying like, look, we're going to give you a 20% discount on us exporting your goods, that type of thing. It's not as clear as that. But when joining BRICS, okay, you are then seen also as, like I said, going against Western powers, G7, which is those countries that I mentioned earlier. So that's sort of it's not as saying I'm going against these countries, but it's just a potential shift to say, look, we're going for a different or alternate world order. But let's get to the matter at hand, okay, this expansion. was the highlight. This is the highlight, okay? This is what's getting everybody in the world like, what's happening here? Okay. The expansion was pushed by two major countries, that being Russia and China, okay? And then through my findings, I have two arguments of why they did this, okay? Of why they were the two countries that pushed for this, okay? So let's start with China. China, if you think about China, what do you think about? You think about manufacturing, you think about production, you think about exporting goods, they're involved everywhere. So how do you, if you're already involved everywhere, how do you further that, okay? You then get more countries on your side. So if you can find some sort of organization, you're already in BRICS, so make a BRICS Plus, find some organization where you can find countries that you can, involve yourself with a bit more than just bettering your economy, bettering your standpoint on the world. But let's talk about Russia. Now, Russia's a funny one. No, it's not a funny one. It's just a weird one because, as you know, they're in war with Ukraine at the moment. And through doing that, they've kind of lost support from the Western side of the world, which would be the US, the UK, those types of countries. So I would say they lost support. So if you put yourself in their shoes, they would now need support from somewhere else. Okay, so now you got BRICS. So what if we get more countries on our side, which then leads to the expansion? Okay, you get more countries on your side, you get more support. I want to say you get more support, but you increase the probability of getting support on your side or getting a hand here or there. So that's my argument for Russia on why they try to push that. But it's also kind of funny. This is the funny part, that the President Vladimir Putin, he couldn't even come to South Africa because he has a warrant from the International Criminal Court for his arrest because of war crimes in Ukraine. So like Broski couldn't even come to Johannesburg, so they had to like Zoom call him or something like that. But let me tell you the point that confuses me. Okay, we've got the 6 additional members, okay, that have been, I'm gonna say, accepted, okay, into BRICS, making it BRICS Plus. So you got Iran, you've got Saudi Arabia, you got the UAE, you got Ethiopia, you got Egypt, and you got Argentina. Okay, this kind of reminds me of like 2004 Real Madrid. Okay, great countries, great potential. Okay, but it's just the cohesion is just not there. The cohesion to get towards the end goal, it's just not there. So some of you might be thinking, no, what the hell are you saying? Well, let me break it down for you. You got Egypt and you got Ethiopia. They currently in a tussle because Ethiopia built a dam wall using the Nile's water, okay, the Nile River. But Egypt were given those rights through a treaty dating back to the 1950s, okay? So Egypt and I think it's Sudan, okay, they were given rights to the Nile's water, almost all of the Nile's water, but now you got Ethiopia using the Nile's water for the dam, okay? So there's already conflict, okay? Then you got Iran and Saudi Arabia. Their sort of primary conflict was brought upon by religious differences, and then they somehow keep finding themselves on opposing sides of wars. Not a war with each other, but say you got another country and another country, Iran will go there, Saudi will go there. They will help those countries that then in turn you would think that they then have a clash with each other. But then you also got Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE also in bed with the US, which is G7, the western part of the world. So now you're like, we're not really gelling here, eh? We're getting great countries together, great potential, but are we really thinking of who's coming here, who's coming together? And when you think about it, I don't even put it as we are contesting against the West, contesting against those Europe countries. I see it as contesting against each other within this little group rather than against one end goal. But let's be positive. Let's say that BRICS Plus goes ahead, okay? What numbers are at play? What effect does it have on some of the numbers in the world? But before I get to that, I just want to comment on Cape Town taxi strike. You guys came at me. Well, not you guys, but the people on the socials. Like, came hard, okay? Like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they came hard in the comments, okay? Because apparently I was saying wrong stuff. Listen, guys, I said stuff that was quoted by the Western Cape government. Okay, like you can't come at me if the facts were wrong. Then go to the Western Cape government, and you can't say that you didn't know. It's in the comments. I commented in the comments that this was provided by the Western Cape government, and then people still came at me. But to be honest, I don't really mind. It runs the views, brings the numbers up. You know what they say. What's that saying? The one day they love you, the next day they hate you. Just make sure you get paid on both days. Simple as that. So let's get into the numbers. Let's get into the numbers of BRICS, and then you guys can attack me again. No worries. Just comment so it gets my views up. But BRICS will hold 29% of the world's total GDP. Okay, BRICS Plus will hold 46% of the world's population, will hold 43% of the world's oil production, and will hold 25% of the world's total export of goods. Now, if you are a country from some other part of the world and you're not a part of BRICS Plus, and you see the numbers they hold onto the world, I would say, I might feel a little worried. Because right now it might not seem like a major matter, okay? But how can I say? 60 years from now, 50 years from now, we could be seeing this BRICS Plus formation as a turning point in the global pecking order. Now that we've got the expansion talk out of the way, with a 1 point, currency, okay? There was talk for a new currency, digital currency, okay? World overthrow the dollar, okay? Well, no, okay. It was talked of, okay. I don't even think it wasn't even in the report of the annual summit for this year. So that just proves it's not on the cards, okay. But I got a quote here from Leslie Marstorp. I hope he said her name correctly. The vice president and CFO of the New Development Bank, which is basically the bank developed by BRICS, has commented that there are no current plans to create a common currency. It for now is just seen as a medium to long-term ambition. Okay, so the current plans of talking about creating a common currency that these countries can use to trade with each other, it's not happening anytime soon. But even though it's medium to long-term ambition for the talks of the common currency, there already is a term. Okay. Now, the term, when I saw it, I initially laughed because it's quite ironic and quite funny at the same time. Now, it's called the R5, okay? When you speak to some people, they might think it's 5 Rand. When you speak to some people, they might think it's the R5 semi-automatic or automatic assault rifle, But it's actually all the countries of current BRICS. All their currencies start with the letter R, which I find quite ironic. Okay, so let's just break it down. You got Brazil, the real, India, the rupee, China, the renminbi, Russia, the ruble, and South Africa, the rand. How funny is that? Like, it's so ironic. But in terms of currency, there has been a push in that area. Okay, there has been a push for countries to use their national currencies to trade. Okay, this then removes the power and makes you less volatile to the fluctuating dollar and euro, okay? But there's 3 points to this. I'm going to say 3 sides to this. 3 different countries wanting 3 different things. So you got Brazil. Brazil want the new common currency. They want a new currency created, which is the R5. They want that, okay? Because they want to step away from the dollar, okay? You then got Russia as well. Russia, however, don't want to create a common currency right now. They want national countries to use national currencies. Okay, they want to use their own currencies to trade with each other. Okay, not the dollar or the euro. And then you got China, who are like stepping back completely by saying that, look, Oaks, we don't know what we want, but what we do want is an overhaul of the current financial and, how can I say, monetary system of the world. So like the expansion talk, it's a bit all over the place, but the one common thing that I find with the expansion talk and the currency talk is that it's a play to step away from Western powers. So that brings the question to, and basically the conclusion to, should the rest of the world be afraid? Well, to be honest, I say no. To be honest, currently, okay, I know the BRICS are expanding to BRICS Plus, and like I said, the numbers, majority of the world in numbers will be in the power of BRICS Plus, and whatever future countries join. But this, like I said earlier, there's too little cohesion between countries to go towards the end goal. The way I see this playing out is you have BRICS Plus, but then you have individual countries that leverage each other and leverage relationships within the block, within the BRICS block, to then better their standing in the world, instead of coming all together to take away power from the West. There may be decisions made and some maneuver made within the countries in cohesion where they step away from the dollar and the euro, to take the power away from it and then trade on national currencies. There may be that. But all in all, I see these countries still being very individualistic because, like I said, there's still conflict and between these countries. And like you got Iran, Saudi Arabia, you got Egypt, Ethiopia, like China and Russia I wouldn't say they aren't 100%. And like China are still very heavily intertwined with the US. So it's not a way of taking complete power from the Western world, but I would say rising their standard, like I always said in this video, rising their standpoint on the world and rising these little countries' standpoint on the world, coming all together. So that doesn't shut down the idea that quite possibly, if all the stars align, okay, like if all the, I don't know what types of stars do they have? Like very crazy. Like you got like the line and no, we'll stop it. If all the stars align, that maybe in the future, okay, could be a slim possibility that these countries overhaul the rest. The slimmest of the slimmest of the slimmest. But there's a possibility. And if that does occur, I wouldn't say overhaul, but takes a lot of power away. And if that does occur, BRICS Plus, whatever acronym they create, I see two countries at the head of the snake. Okay. That being Russia and that being China. And that's just my synopsis. I know synopsis is the correct terminology. I'm just throwing words in here to sound more proficient in my understanding of BRICS Plus. Okay, I'm trying to razz up the camera right now. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this BRICS expansion? Okay, like in the previous video, I asked you guys what you guys thought about the Cape Town Text Track. So what do you guys think about the expansion? Do you guys like it? How do you think these countries will work with each other? Do you think they will work with each other? Okay, like I said, there's a few hostile areas there. Okay, will they work with each other? Will there be a common currency, or will the countries just stick to national currencies for trade? Okay, so let me know down in the comment section down below. I think that's all from me for now. Okay, if you listen to Apple Podcasts and Spotify, you gotta leave a 5-star review, and if you're watching on YouTube right now, you gotta smash that subscribe button and like and comment, and most importantly share, because if you don't share, how we're gonna grow? But also like, that's also a very important element. No, that's not the word. Metric. That's the right metric. Yes, that's the right word. Metric. Liking is a very good metric for YouTube, telling you guys that you guys like my video, and it shows other people this video then if you like it, and share. So yeah, hopefully you guys do those things. But I think that's all from me for now. Something exciting is coming. Also the intro, this might be the last episode where we have this Noah, so the intro, because I'm kind of working on something, so be on the lookout for that. What else, Noah? What else do you have people to say? What else do you have to say? I think that's all for now. All for now. Also check out the Normally Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and you're already on YouTube. So peace for now.